Pasuk says in this week's parsha, "Vayimaru as chayim ba'avoda kasha." Bnei Yisrael were going through a very, very difficult number of years with the harsh decree of Parai, the difficult work, the chaymer u'volvenim. They had to not just gather the bricks, the stones, they had to actually make them. They would have to go get the sand, they would have to make the cement. And there's a Zayar in this week's parsha. I'm going to share with the Zayar. The Olam wants a little bit the Wednesday night share, right? You're jealous. There's a Zayar in this week's parsha. Zayar says like this. Unbelievable Zayar. It's so apropos for tonight. Zayar says, "Vayimaru as chayim ba'avoda kasha." What is avoda kasha? Da kushya. A good question. That's what avoda kasha is. Chaymer. What's chaymer? Kal v'chaymer. Vulvenim liban halacha. It's the understanding of halacha. So that means the bitter days of the Egyptians causing the Jewish people was something to do with halacha, kal v'chaymer, and questions. What does the Zayar mean? That vayimaru es chayim b'avoda kasha, and it's referring to Torah. So there is a very important Yalkut Shemaini. And the Yalkut Shemaini, which is in Parshas Eikev. Amar Rabbi says, "Ein Adam ba'olam b'lo Yisurim." You have to go through Yisurim. It's not possible for someone to come down to this world and go through life on a free train ride and everything is going to be easy and it's going to be smooth riding. It's not going to be like that. Chayshish b'shinov, you're going to have tooth problems, your teeth are going to bother you. Ein yachal isha, you're not going to be able to go to sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night. Your eyes will bother you. Ein yachal isha, you're not going to be able to sleep. Yiga b'tayra, you're also not going to be able to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I have to figure out this Gemara. Ze'ar v'ze'ar. There are different types of people that stay awake. Some are staying awake because of the Torah. Some are staying awake because of pain. Ashrei ha'gever she'et yasrenu kal. Praise is the one who Hashem gives the Yisurim, and the Yisurim come through Torah. What does this mean? So there is, if you have some time, to look at the Steipler. Steipler wrote a Sefer, Birchas HaPeretz. And the Sefer Birchas HaPeretz, this is what he says. On Rosh Hashanah, or whether it's when we were born and we came down to this world, so there was this decree of Yisurim. Yisurim cleanse us. They make us better. They get us closer to Hashem. But it doesn't say what type of Yisurim. It doesn't say what Yisurim we have to go through in life. We can choose the Yisurim. That's what the Steipler says. You can either live your life, you go to work, you come home, you read the paper, you listen to the news, and then everything, you want to have that relaxing day, night. And then Hashem says, but you're here in this world, there's no free train ride, you're going to have Yisurim. And the Yisurim that you get will be the pain, the toothache, running to the doctor. I mean, this issue, we have to have Yisurim. On the other hand, says the Steipler, that you can go through life, and the Yisurim, your Yisurim, can be Torah. That the fact that I'm learning now, and I really don't want to learn now, I'd rather be doing something else. It's the middle of the day, I'd rather go out with my friends for a coffee. That is Yisurim. Because right now, when I'm sitting there to learn, I don't want to be here to learn, I want to be doing something else. That itself is painful. And sometimes when we learn, we don't understand. That's Yisurim too. I don't understand. I work so hard. I got up early this morning. I can't concentrate. I'm not learning the daf the way I really should. And it bothers you. That's also Yisurim. Says the Steipler that if that's the way you're going to live your life, you get rid of all these other Yisurim. You don't have the pain of the eyes. You don't have the pain of the teeth. You don't have the pain of when you're up at night. Then you can either be up at night learning, or you're up at night you're not going to sleep that night anyway. So we get to choose, says the Steipler, how we want our life to be. What type of Yisurim? That's what he writes in this week's parasha. You get to choose how you want to live your life. Obviously, it's not so simple. Obviously, we're not learning 24/7 and the whole day is Torah's Yisurim. But we can try to at least manage our Yisurim. I think for many of us will recall, even those that were not there. 2 years ago, and the women that were not there, 2 years ago, we were on a trip, and we were in the Krakow Shul, we were in the Ramah Shul. I was so moved by this event here tonight, that in one of the schools I was in today, one of the seminaries, I was trying to just impress them, inspire them about the Olam, and the Olam that I'm lucky to be a part of, because today was the last class of the semester. And I said that tonight I have a special event to go to. And I said to them, and I was, giving them a bracha that they should be lucky to marry such balabatim. Most of them are going to marry balabatim. I said to them like this. I said that. So 2 years ago, the Olam will remember. I had the opportunity. We had a lot of siyata d'shmaya. The Ramah Shul emptied out just for me. Usually it was very, very crowded. Usually there were a lot of people there, and we walked into the shul, and it was only us. Remember, it was only, no one else was there. That was not a common daily occurrence walking into the Ramah Shul. And when I walked in there, so Menachem came over to me and said, now's the opportunity. Hashem is giving you the opportunity to go speak in the Ramah Shul. What a better opportunity for someone that appreciates halacha, enjoys halacha, and who tries to live a life with halacha, standing in the Ramah Shul, having that opportunity to stand there and give a speech to the Olam. And I spoke to everybody there, and I said, we spend so much time on the daf, and we spend so much time on drush, and we spend so much time on... Oh, yeah. What, you paid him to come? So we spent so much time, but the one thing that we still needed to work on is halacha. So some of the Olam come Sunday morning, we have to get more of the Olam to come Sunday morning. But at that moment, I think, I don't remember, it was Avrami with Tzvi. Tzvi. I remember Tzvi. Came up with this idea that why don't we start a chat? Why don't we start to learn halacha every single day in the middle of the day, and we'll begin this process. I don't remember how many people we started with, but
2. And you running.
It was you and Avrami, that's right. It was 2. It was Avrami and Tzvi were the 2 that started. And then this exploded into a share where the Olam looks forward to it, this time to learn. It's still 6 o'clock, right?
Usually.
Or 7:05.
Targeted for 6. Okay, we target for 6. And the amount of effort and time that goes into preparing the share and making sure that the halacha is very, very difficult. You can't give a share in halacha and it's not emes. I could say a drush. You could argue on me. You could say it's not true. It sounds good, but if I make a mistake, big deal. I could say it's my own. I do that all the time. But if it comes to halacha, if it's not right, it's not right. You can't stop playing around over it. People are living their lives based on your halacha. If I try to inspire the Olam and I say something which is what? It is a scary thought.
That's what he has Yonatan for.
But when it comes to halacha, you have to really, really need siyata d'shmaya, and you need to be able to daven daily. Hashem, I don't want to make a difference. I don't want to be, and I daven daily. I shouldn't say the wrong thing. I shouldn't. And sometimes when people will argue on you, you say to them, "Did you daven that you should not make a mistake?" I had that today actually with someone came one of the places I was today. They said that someone else said something else. I said that's fine. They might have said they might be right too. Allah has many avenues, but we need siyata d'shmaya. We need to have, and I think that this type of a shir halacha, and I know, when you have a shir in halacha and there's so much effort and time and preparation. So the first person that we really have to have a karstayim is of course Tzvi for the machshava. But Avrami for all the time and the effort and all day thinking about it and making sure. And whenever there is a question, what is the halacha? He'll come over and ask. Never bashful, shy, in any way feeling.
Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, I usually.
It's halacha. You can go ahead and say what you want without asking the final halacha. So I think that we, as a getting here together tonight, besides that it's a Siyum, and we completed the first Seder, which is a milestone. It really, really is, because it's not like the Daf Gemara. You know, okay, in this amount of days we're going to finish. To start something and not really know when you're going to finish, that is much more difficult. There's no day, okay, we're doing a page today. Some halachas need more time. Some of them don't need as much time. Without that goal and to still be on that journey is something that I admire. And that's a share that I really, of all the shiurim that we have, the Navi share is very, very similar to that. We don't know when we're going to finish. We don't know where we're going to go. But these extra shiurim that we have in the shul, where there's no goal. Every Sunday, I know, I have a new topic. So if anyone misses one, you can come again. But there's a goal. When a shiur doesn't have an ending, that's what Torah is all about. Because then you're learning really lishma. You're not trying to finish something because you don't know if you're going to finish. You don't know when you're going to finish it. When you're learning a Gemara and you're doing it in a slow fashion, that's lishma. I feel that this shiur of all the shiurim, the accomplishments of the olam and the amount of effort and time that goes into it deserves especially ashakaya. And it's really a special Siyum to be here today. And just to conclude, and of course I want to thank the women for being here, realizing and being behind the men that are learning this. It's not easy because yes, maybe they come home a few minutes later, and maybe yes, there's this chat is, I'm sure, just continues, not just with the halacha too. So you deserve just for being here tonight and showing how much you appreciate this completion of halacha. Shows that you also are a major part of a life of halacha, because you want your husbands and you're behind their energy and their efforts to learn the halacha. We say in the Siyum, we normally make a Siyum, we say Anu amelim v'hein amelim, Anu amelim v'mekablim schar, v'hein amelim v'hein mekablim schar, Anu ratzim v'hein ratzim. I think with what we said here tonight, we have a beautiful shot, which I saw. As I said to you in Drush, I can change what I saw, and it's still, I don't want to say it's mine, but it's mine. Anu amelim v'heim amelim. Everyone's amel. Right? We're all amelim, we all work. Anu amelim v'mekablim schar, v'heim, Anu amelim v'mekablim schar, v'heim amelim v'heim mekablim schar. What does that mean, v'heim mekablim schar? It's a repetition. Of course, Anu amelim v'heim amelim. We're both working. What do you mean the ain't a makam schar? They are a dead schar. You go to work, you make money. So what does it mean? It's either repetitive or it's wrong. So what do these words mean? But there's a difference. Because when we're amel, we're getting schar. What's the schar? The schar is that we don't have the yisurim. Because we're living a life now, we're going in the middle of the day at 6 o'clock in the day, and that's not easy. And maybe we want to go do something else. It's yisurim. Sometimes to sit in your car, wherever you are, pulling over, it's yisurim. But anu amelim, we're mekab, not just we're amel. We're mekab and schar. What's the schar? You don't have to have yisurim. Heim amelim, when they work, it doesn't take away from the yisurim. And I saw one of the Svarim actually says that that's the difference between lean with Torah and mitzvahs. Anu amelim are going on those that learn Torah. They get the additional schar, but they don't have yisurim. Anu amelim is going on those that do mitzvahs. You have a lot of people in the world that do mitzvahs. But the mitzvahs that they do, they don't count as yisurim. When you're learning Torah and you'd rather be somewhere else, because let's be honest, those people that run to do mitzvahs, sometimes they do it for kavod. Most of us don't learn Torah for kavod. We're not looking for the kavod. The mitzvahs, those people that do mitzvahs, you get kavod. You get your names on buildings. You get your names in the paper. You get honored. I don't know people that are being honored for learning Torah, except if you're in a yeshiva, Rosh Yeshiva. Those that are learning Torah are usually not the ones who they want honor. If you're learning the Torah, you're learning it because it's lishma. I want to give a bracha to everybody here tonight, together with all the families, your children, your women, that you should have the kayak and the strength to go on with all these days that are difficult to continue to learn Torah. And that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should take all these difficult times that you had to take those few minutes out of your day where you could have been doing something else, and those are our Yisurim, and we should not have any more Yisurim. And we should be able to go through life with Torah being our Yisurim, and staying away from all the other difficulties of life. And the women who are such a part of the Torah in the home, and now I could just recommend that it's okay to ask your husbands what they learned that day. You should ask them like, what halacha did you learn? Now they're learning the Siyas Kapayim, so don't ask them. But when they get to other things, so what halacha did Avrami say today? I'm curious. This way,
my wife's not here today.
is on the chat.
Sending it to her.
Guarantee you it's these white.
We will.
We can see who said that.
That's chus. I want to give Avrami a special bracha that he should be able to continue to have the strength to learn Torah, to give over the Torah, to be able to paskin halacha l'maisa aliba deruchasa. And if you continue to learn this way, I can send all the shilas to you. And this way, we should go Michael Chayil, looking forward to the Olam completing Chelik Beis Amir Tashem. We'll get together again, but just remember the amount of effort and time will be. You'll get Anu Amelum Ve'ein Amelum. Now we understand Anu Ratzim Ve'ein Ratzim. Anu Ratzim. We're running. We're in our car. We're running. What else does it mean? It's not the Anu Ratzim Mekal Miskar. Even when we're running, we're on the road. We have a new shot in what we're saying in the Siyum. We run, and when we're running, we're learning Torah. Mazel tov to all of those of you that completed. Mitzvah Hashem, we should be able to be zeichet to even have more people join us. And maybe if they hear that, what happens after you make a Siyum, they'll want to join us. But a Mazel tov shkayach to everybody.